In this episode of Teaching Orchestra, I'm going to show you a quick way to do a setup chart. And I need setup charts for various different things when I go to a festival or competition or something like that. If I have a sub and the sub needs to know who's in attendance or, all that different kind of stuff. And so I came about this website here. This site is called bgreco.net. And it was founded by Brad Greco, who wrote this for his father, who was an elementary music teacher. If you like the software, please go ahead and donate. Brad's a cool guy. He does a lot of volunteer work. And so go ahead and donate. First thing you want to do is start getting your rows in order. Just put the number of students that you have in each row. I know in orchestra, we tend to think a little differently than band directors. We tend to think of an orchestra like in a pie chart, first violin, second violin, viola, cello, bass, rather than, arcs of flute, clarinet, whatever. So it's not as intuitive for the band people, but it still works pretty well once you start figuring out. So one of the biggest issues is figuring out where to put your basses, your bass section, and you get this row at the end. It doesn't look very good with your four basses here. So there's a couple things that you can do. You can convert it into a straight row rather than an arc. It still doesn't look very good to me here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some chairs, and then we're going to click on the ones that we don't want and leave the ones that we do want. I still really don't like that because I don't have my bass players sit right there in the center, so I'm going to switch it back, and I'm going to add a few more chairs here just to get my spacing right, and I'm just going to click on the ones that I don't like, or that I don't want, rather, not the ones I don't like, and I'm going to end up with a setup like this. So once I've got my setup looking right, what I want to do is add the labels, and I'm just going to type in the names of my students in the front row. And again, this might be a little challenging because, again, you're dealing with first violins. Now your principal second, your co-principal here, your co-principal violist, principal violist. Oops, that auto-corrected. There we go. Now your principal violist, co-principal cellist, principal cellist, should be Shirl. There we go. Now, that doesn't look all that clean to me. You might want to adjust the size. You can go back into Edit Labels, and you can adjust the size the way you want. If you want it bigger, you want it smaller. I usually need to make it smaller, and then go ahead and click Done. So you're going to want to edit all your labels for all your students, or you can, deal with the numbers or whatever. But I also like to show music stands. Not all contest organizers are going to know where the stands go. So I'm going to put the stands where I like them. Wait, okay, there we go. And I'm going to enable the podium, just because I like a podium. Make sure we're all on the same page. And then, have to take out all the rest and basically switch all this around. Contest notes, if you have any specific instructions, please do not sit students behind the conductor. Wink. And then you're going to also want a chart title. So I'm going to call this Generic Middle School. And generate. Now, once you've got everything generated, there's a lot of stuff you can do. You can print it. You can save the chart. I really recommend that you save it just in case you need to make changes later. It's going to speed things up. It saves it to a text file, and you can load it later up here at the top. Then you can also generate a PDF if you'd like. It takes a little bit. It's running on an Apache server in somebody's garage, so it might take a little while, but you can generate it. And click out of that, and you can email somebody if you want, which much, you know. You can copy a link and email it. If you do that, you know, you can email it to yourself. Like if you're doing this on your phone or tablet and you need to email it to yourself so you can print it later, that might be useful. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So that's how I make my setup charts, and they come out looking pretty clean and easy to read without all that much effort. When I first started teaching, I was doing this like in Illustrator or MS Paint or something like that, and boy, I'm glad that I do it this way now because it saves me a lot of time. Or, you know, if you hand draw it, you know, you got to get out a ruler or whatever and do it that way. So again, I hope you find this valuable. It's 100% free. If you like it, consider donating to a good cause. All right, I'll see you in the next video.